Hello everybody, first I want to express my apology for not being able to upload a new video in the past few months because I was quite busy, but today I think I have a little time, so I decided to upload a new video about a very important thing. It is an important thing because whenever we talk about something and we say, okay, there's reasoning behind it, there's a logic behind it, and some people say, come on, philosophy is not a science, and what you say is not scientific. So, first, I want to talk a little about the differences between science and knowledge, and then we want to understand if uh, philosophy is really a science or not. And maybe at the end of the video, you will be surprised if I tell you the truth. All right, first, let us start with the science, and let us check it with the dictionaries. All right. I usually use Merriam-Webster dictionary because it's more than a dictionary; it's a kind of encyclopedia as well. And I just search for the term science, and I use it in my tablet. All right, and I read it for you. This is the definition of science. So we want to understand what science is because uh, when we want to understand the meaning of some words, although we know it, but we check the dictionaries because it may have different meanings in different situations, different circumstances. Because dictionaries may fool you sometimes. So I think it is better to actually read it, and then I will explain the differences between science and knowledge out of my own experience, and then you can pass judgment about it. All right? Okay. Science, which is a noun, knowledge or system of knowledge covering general truth. Amazing. Covering general truth or the operation of general laws, especially as obtained and tested through scientific methods. Okay, I'm gonna read it again. What is science? Knowledge. Okay, we are going to compare science and knowledge, all right? Okay, it says that science is a knowledge, all right? It's a knowledge or a system of knowledge. Again, is using a word knowledge in the definition of science two times. All right, that was meaning number one, and it was a little bit confusing because we say, okay, this is a kind of knowledge, all right? Knowledge or system of knowledge covering general truth. All right, that's it. Or the operation of general laws, especially as obtained and tested through scientific method. Again, I use science for the definition of science. Again, and this is Merriam-Webster dictionary, and that is why I told you that dictionaries may fool you sometimes. Okay, in meaning number two, such knowledge. It does not say knowledge; it says such knowledge. All right. Such knowledge or such system of knowledge, again, it's using the word knowledge repeatedly again and again and again. All right. Such knowledge or such a system of knowledge concentrated with physical word. Okay, this is important. Physical word and its phenomena. And then we have another word, natural science, and if I tap on it, then it will give me another definition for for natural science. Okay, I'm not going to do that right now, but I think this definition is a little bit closer to what I'm going to talk about right now. Such knowledge or such a system of knowledge, again, it's using the word knowledge again and again, concentrated with the physical word. That is the most important thing in the second definition of the word science. Physical word and its phenomena. All right. So in the word, we are actually dealing with different phenomenons, and it is mentioned here. All right. So let's check for the word knowledge in dictionary again. Okay, and by the way, I'm going to tell you something. Noam Chomsky believes that we do not have two synonym words, that they are exactly synonym to each other and they're exactly the same as each other. Because if we have such thing in any kind of languages, then one of them is redundant. It should be deleted from the dictionaries, from the language. All right, so the words differ. The words different. All right. So we do not have two words that they are exactly the same as each other. Can you really find two words that are exactly the same with each other? If you can find it, you can actually comment below, and I know about it as well. But I think we cannot find anything. One word is more polite, and the other one may be a little bit impolite. One of them might be formal, and another one might be informal. There should be a kind of differences, but all right, because or then one of them should be deleted according to Noam Chomsky. This is not my word. Okay, the meaning of knowledge on dictionary and Merriam's Webster dictionary. Knowledge is also a noun, as we know about it. Okay, one, two, three, four. What are four meanings for knowledge? Okay, I start to read number one. The fact or condition of knowing something which is gained through experience. Okay, it was somehow similar to science. Am I right about it, or am I confused? All right, let's go for number two. It is written here: acquaintance with or understanding of science, art, or technique. Again, it says, okay, knowledge is science. And when we were going to uh, check the meaning of science, that we were saying the science is knowledge. And now we're checking the meaning of knowledge. It says, okay, knowledge is science. All right, it's a little confusing. All right. Part B, the fact or condition of being aware of something. Okay, it's talking about awareness. It's not talking about science anymore. It's not talking about experience. It's not talking about physics. It's talking about awareness or consciousness. It is a little bit important. Okay. Uh, the range of one's information or understanding. Not bad. It's a little bit close, but not bad. But another meaning, number three, the circumstance or condition of apprehending truth or fact through reasoning and cognition. And that's it. That is true. Okay. It did not mention the physics. It did not mention the that so-called phenomenon or something like that. Uh, it said, okay, the circumstance of or condition of apprehending truth or fact through reasoning and cognition. So, how can I interpret that a little bit to actually come to conclusion to understand if philosophy is science or it is not science? Well, science is something that you can feel its output. By feeling its output, I mean you can see it, you can touch it, you can use it. It has a kind of physical approach. For example, in the pharmacy, when they actually decide to invent a new drug and you have a disease, they test it through, I don't know, maybe, yeah, they test it through three trial phases, and then they test it again and again and again, and then FDA approves it. And after the approval of the FDA, you can go to the pharmacy and you can buy the drug. And if you have some specific disease, you can take that pill and take that drug, and you will be cured. All right, it's kind of treatment. So the output of that drug, of that output of that science, is a treatment, or is the thing that you are not ill anymore. All right, you can feel it, you can feel good. All right. Or, for example, the output of engineering, you can see it, you can observe it, you can touch it, you can feel it in the science of physics. For example, you can go and you can buy a car, you can drive your car, and you can feel everything. You can go from point A to point B. All right, that is the output. You can understand it. Or in the aviation, okay, when you fly from one part of the planet to the other country, another part of the planet, this is science. In all the sciences that we have a kind of physical approach, and we call it a kind of phenomenon. All right, and that phenomenon should have a kind of physical approach. But what about knowledge? Knowledge does not necessarily have a kind of physical approach. For example, mathematics. Mathematics cannot be considered as science. Why? For example, we have a kind of very, very difficult and very strange, difficult formulas, and then you, as a kind of as a person who knows mathematics, you are a mathematician, you solve that problem. Okay, so what? Okay, you did it. Okay, thank you. We actually appreciate it. All right. Okay, but what is the output? Did you solve the problem? You solve that formula in mathematics. It appears that the output is nothing because it does not have any physical approach. You cannot feel it. You cannot touch it. You cannot use it. Use it alone. Okay, by itself. But maybe later they can use that formulas in mathematics and physics, and then it will be changed to science, and then you can feel it. All right. We have the same thing in philosophy. So I think you got the answer. Philosophy is not the science. Philosophy is not the science. Philosophy is a knowledge. The consequence of reasoning and logic that we have in philosophy is not something that you can touch it or you can see it or you can use it in your everyday life. But whatever we have today in the science, not the knowledge, in the science, for example, I don't know, biochemistry, engineering, um, physics, chemistry, I told you about it, or I don't know, area space knowledge, all the knowledges, I don't know, mechanical engineering, IT, computer knowledges, science, and computer sciences, software, hardware, AI, whatever, okay? They are based on the knowledge, on those abstract knowledge that we sometimes they say, okay, it is useless, all right? So we believe that the knowledge is something that it continues over the decades and centuries and years after years after years. So if we did not have some big philosophers like Socrates and Plato, maybe we did not have this fantastic knowledge of IT today, and I was not able to actually record a video on the YouTube, and you could not be able to see my face just right here, and that is very important. Yes, they are true. Philosophy is not science; it is a knowledge, but it is a very very important knowledge, and totally when we are talking about the knowledge is somehow like an umbrella and it covers different knowledges and different sciences under itself. So knowledge is a kind of general term. All right, it looks like a word, dementia. All right, when we say dementia, I say okay, dementia is like an umbrella word. Then we have other diseases under that umbrella, under, I don't know, Alzheimer disease, Lewy body dementia, vascular dementia, frontotemporal dementia, Parkinson disease, and many 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 other words. All right, but we all use the word dementia for the whole thing. We have the same thing about the knowledge. So philosophy is knowledge, and as a kind of abstract knowledge that you cannot feel we cannot feel that scientific approach in the phenomenon of that knowledge. Again, I'm emphasizing on this point that philosophy is important. If you're not sure about it, just see another video that I uploaded about, I don't know, 1 or 2 months ago, that I said that philosophy is not useless. Philosophy is important. Thank you very much, and take good care.